So we finished reading and I wrote down some words that I wanted to look at with the dictionary because I wasn't too familiar with them. And I actually am going to use a real dictionary. We're not using Google. We're not making it easy. So we're going to look up these words so I can just know what they mean. I do know that when people talk about reading old literature or old time books like Pride and Prejudice or anything by Jane Austen, one thing they say is that they can't read it because the texts are really compressed, and some of the words are very large, and I can understand that. I really can. I would say when it comes to bigger passages, I don't mind them, because I do tend to take the time to actually read things like that are in big passages. But I'm not saying that like it's just easy, you know. Like, I do have to take more time to really sit there and read it, and I haven't read a book in a little minute, so you know, you have to adjust. When you compare like any other book that's majority dialogue to Pride and Prejudice, you're just like, what is this? I'm confused. But let me get these words. Let me find these words in the dictionary. I think we're a little bit too far. Alright. No, you can literally find any word in a dictionary. It doesn't matter what that word is, you're finding it. Okay, so be very careful in matters. Okay, now let me get all the other words, and then we'll go through the words that we found in the book that I wasn't too familiar with. Okay, so we have our words, we have our definitions. Let's go through it, and I'm gonna put like what the word is, how to pronounce it in similar words. So the first word that I saw that I was like, I don't really know you. Fastidious. Very careful in matters of choice or taste. Another word you could use is attentive. And also gonna read the word in context so you guys know where it was used. He was at the same time haughty, reserved, and fastidious, and his manners, though well bred, were not inviting. So we know that that means attentive. So, you know, he's somebody who's very careful. He's like, I don't know about you. I don't know. You're not really matching my vibe. But then again, Darcy, very reserved, very cold, very standoffish. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's his character. The next word is ostentation, which means pretentious display of wealth or luxury, but this also could just mean pretentious, you know, somebody who's a show-off. I would say that show-off is another word that you can use for this, and in context. But to be candid, without ostentation or design, to take the good of everybody's character and make it still better, and say nothing of the bad, belongs to you alone. Okay. Wait, actually, I think I need a little bit more context. Ooh. Okay, so in context, this is basically a conversation between Elizabeth and Jane, and I'm pretty sure Elizabeth is the one who delivered this line. Trying to figure out who's talking is a little bit like, but I'm pretty sure it's Elizabeth. Basically, she's saying that the way Jane can be able to deliver honesty without trying to show off or be pretentious about it is good. Basically, it's just saying that you're able to speak clearly about something that you are feeling, like, or something that you're just not enjoying. Like, okay, say, oh, I don't like this ramen. You could just say, yeah, I don't really like this ramen. I'm not really too much of a fan of it. But then, you know, you can have somebody who comes off a little bit more dramatic. They want to show off. It would be more of like, I don't like this ramen. There is everything wrong with it. The noodles are dry. The ramen's dry. Like, I want to throw this in the trash. It's disgusting. It was the worst ramen I've ever had in my life. I'm assuming that is the context of that. So, yes, that is ostentation. Okay, the next word we have is supercilious. And this word means willingly disobedient. Conceited would be a similar word. In context, it's used as, for though elated by his rank, it did not render him supercilious. On the contrary, he was all attention to everyone. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is in context to... Yeah, this is in context to Sir? Yes. Okay, so this is in context to Sir Lucas. He comes off as this attention-grabbing person, but not in a conceited way. Yes. So... That's the context of that. Those were the words. This is the sticky note, my little definitions. And yes, I can give a little bit of a summary about what I've seen from the book so far, but I'm liking, what is the similarities? Because I'm a really big fan of the movie, and being able to read the book felt honestly really nice. A note I put in here was the fact that Miss Bennet was saying that Kitty was giving her heart problems because she was coughing. I found that really funny. Like, imagine you're just coughing because you need to cough and your mom's like, could you not? Like, you're giving me a heart problem right now. Like, my poor nerves. My nerves. That's so funny. The summary I have, I actually wrote in the book. I just said, it's quite similar to the movie, the way that the book takes place. I mean, obviously because the movie took inspiration from the book. Chapter 1 focused on the introductions of Mr. Bingley, Mr. Darcy, his sisters, and all of the main characters. We learned that Mr. Bingley has 5 total sisters who are very charming. Similar to the movie, Darcy is rude. I would say even ruder in the book. The book is very condensed, so it takes some time to read, but nevertheless, it's very captivating. I would definitely keep reading this and analyzing. I thought this was really fun. I really came up with this idea because I'm like, you know what? I need to read. I need to open a book and read because I was just doom scrolling. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me just read. And it was so fun to be able to just make a whole video about it. Yes! Oh my gosh, should we do this for the whole book? Should we just do like a 25, I might make it longer though, since this book is quite big. So I might do like 30 minute sessions, or maybe 40-minute sessions, and then at the end we do a little run through. Or maybe I should stick to 25 minutes. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that was really fun, and I'll see you guys next time because we are gonna continue. I finished on chapter 5. This book, the chapters in this book go by like really fast. It's like this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining my little reading session, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which is actually going to be like in a couple days. It's just a couple days away because I already filmed it. But goodbye.